Hey there, friends! Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day, wherever you're watching from. Now, imagine this. You've worked hard your entire life. You've paid into Social Security for decades. And then, when it's finally time to enjoy those benefits you've earned, the government wants to tax them again. Doesn't seem quite fair, does it? Well, I've got some incredible news to share with you today. President Trump has just signed legislation to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits for seniors. This isn't a proposal anymore. This is now the law of the land. This means more money will be staying in your pocket every single month. But here's the thing, and this is important. While this is fantastic news, we need to dig deeper into what this really means for you and your family and when these changes will take effect. So grab your favorite cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's break this down together. Let me start by explaining what just happened. President Trump has signed into law legislation that completely eliminates federal income taxes on Social Security benefits. This is historic, and it's already done. Now, to understand why this matters, we first need to talk about how Social Security taxation currently works. Right now, depending on your total income, you might have to pay federal income tax on up to 85% of your Social Security benefits. I know it sounds crazy that you'd pay taxes on money you already earned, but that's how the system works today. Here's how it breaks down currently. If you're single and your combined income is between $25,000 and $34,000, you may have to pay income tax on up to 50% of your benefits. If your combined income is more than $34,000, up to 85% of your benefits may be taxable. For married couples filing jointly, these thresholds are $32,000 and $44,000. Let me give you a real example to make this clearer. Meet Sarah, a 67-year-old retiree. She receives $2,000 per month in Social Security. That's $24,000 per year. She also has a small pension that pays her $15,000 annually. Her combined income is $39,000. Under current rules, Sarah would pay federal income tax on up to 85% of her Social Security benefits. That means she's paying tax on about $20,400 of her $24,000 in Social Security. At a 12% tax bracket, that's roughly $2,450 in extra taxes each year. Now, if this new law goes into effect as planned, Sarah won't pay any federal income tax on her Social Security benefits. She'll keep that extra $2,450, which she can use for groceries, medical expenses, or maybe even that vacation she's been planning. Let's talk about the bigger picture. According to the Social Security Administration, about 40% of people who receive Social Security benefits currently pay federal income taxes on those benefits. That's roughly 25 million Americans. The Tax Foundation estimates that eliminating Social Security taxes could save seniors an average of $1,400 to $2,500 per year, depending on their income level. For many seniors living on fixed incomes, that's significant money. But here's where it gets really meaningful. This new law isn't just about putting more money in seniors' pockets today. It's also tied to the 90th anniversary of Social Security, which was signed into law in 1935 by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Think about that for a moment. For 90 years, this program has been a lifeline for American seniors. It's provided a foundation of financial security for millions of families. And now, we're looking at the most significant change to Social Security taxation in decades, and it's already signed into law. Now, I always like to share different perspectives because that's how we make informed decisions. Let's look at what various experts are saying about this proposal. Supporters argue that this change would provide immediate relief to seniors who are struggling with rising costs of living. The National Committee to Preserve Social Security and Medicare has noted that many seniors are choosing between paying for medication and buying groceries. Eliminating Social Security taxes could ease some of that burden. On the other side, some fiscal policy experts worry about the long-term implications. The Congressional Budget Office hasn't released official numbers yet, but early estimates suggest this could reduce federal revenue by $150 to $200 billion over 10 years. Here's what's important to understand. Those taxes on Social Security benefits don't just disappear into thin air. Currently, they help fund Social Security and Medicare programs. So there are legitimate questions about how eliminating these taxes might affect the long-term sustainability of these programs. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget has raised concerns that without replacement revenue, this could potentially accelerate the timeline for when Social Security might face funding challenges. Let me share a few more examples to help you understand how this might affect real people. Take Bob and Linda, a married couple from Ohio. Bob is 72 and receives $1,800 monthly from Social Security. Linda is 69 and gets $1,200 monthly. Together, that's $36,000 per year from Social Security. They also have $8,000 annually from a small 401k withdrawal. Their combined income of $44,000 means they're right at the threshold where 85% of their Social Security becomes taxable under current law. They typically owe about $2,200 in federal taxes on their Social Security benefits each year. Under Trump's proposal, that $2,200 would stay in their bank account. Or consider Maria, a 75-year-old widow from Arizona. She receives $1,500 monthly in Social Security, that's $18,000 per year. She has no other significant income. Under current rules, Maria doesn't pay taxes on her Social Security because her income is below the threshold. So for Maria, this change wouldn't make any difference at all. This highlights an important point. This proposal would primarily benefit middle and higher income seniors, not necessarily those with the lowest incomes who might need help the most. Now, I want to hear from you. This is such an important topic, and I know many of you have strong feelings about it. Here's my question. If you're currently paying taxes on your Social Security benefits, what would you do with that extra money each month? Would you use it for healthcare costs? Maybe help out your grandchildren? Or perhaps finally take that trip you've been dreaming about? And for those of you who aren't at retirement age yet, maybe you're in your 40s or 50s, how does this potential change affect your retirement planning? Does it make you more optimistic about your golden years? Or are you concerned about the long-term effects on the Social Security system? I really want to start a conversation here. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, and I often feature your insights in future videos. Your experiences and perspectives matter so much to this community we're building together. Okay, so let's talk about practical steps. Whether this proposal becomes law or not, there are things you can do today to better understand and optimize your Social Security situation. First, create your Social Security account online. If you haven't already, go to ssa.gov and set up your personal account. This gives you access to your earnings history, benefit estimates, and other important information. I can't stress this enough. This is free, it's secure, and it's the best way to stay informed about your benefits. Second, understand your current tax situation. If you're already receiving Social Security, take a look at your most recent tax return. See how much you paid in taxes on your Social Security benefits. This will help you understand exactly how much this proposed change could save you. For those not yet receiving benefits, use the Social Security Administration's online calculator to estimate your future benefits. Then, think about your other expected retirement income. This will help you plan for potential taxes or the lack thereof if this proposal passes. Third, don't make major financial decisions based on this proposal alone. While it's exciting to think about keeping more of your Social Security benefits, remember that this is still a proposal. It needs to go through Congress, and there could be changes along the way. Here's what I recommend. Plan for multiple scenarios. Scenario 1. The proposal passes exactly as announced. In this case, calculate how much extra money you'd have each month and think about the best ways to use it. Maybe it's building up your emergency fund. Maybe it's paying down debt. Or maybe it's finally funding those dreams you've put on hold. Scenario 2. The proposal passes, but with modifications. Perhaps it only applies to lower-income seniors, or maybe there's a phase-in period. Stay flexible and be ready to adjust your planning. Scenario 3. The proposal doesn't pass at all. In this case, you're back to the current system, so make sure your current tax planning strategies are solid. Here's something many people don't think about. If you have more money because you're not paying taxes on Social Security, that could potentially affect your Medicare premiums. Medicare Part B and Part D premiums are based on your income from 2 years ago, and higher income individuals pay more. Now, the income thresholds for Medicare premium surcharges are different from Social Security tax thresholds, and the calculations are complex. But it's something to keep in mind. If eliminating Social Security taxes puts you into a higher income bracket for Medicare purposes, you might save money on taxes but pay more for Medicare. I'm planning a whole video about Medicare premium calculations in the coming weeks, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that. If this all feels overwhelming, don't worry, that's completely normal. Tax law and retirement planning can be incredibly complex. Consider working with a qualified financial advisor or tax professional who specializes in retirement planning. Look for someone who has experience with Social Security optimization and understands the interplay between Social Security, taxes, and Medicare. They can help you run the numbers for your specific situation and create a plan that works for you. Now, let's talk about timing. When might this actually happen? Well, that's the million-dollar question. For any major tax change like this to become law, it needs to go through Congress. That means hearings, debates, amendments, and votes in both the House and Senate. This process typically takes months, sometimes years. The earliest we might see something like this implemented would be for the 2026 tax year, but even that's optimistic. More likely, if it happens at all, we're looking at 2027 or later. I want to be clear about something. I'll be following this story closely and updating you every step of the way. This channel is committed to giving you accurate, timely information about changes that affect your retirement and your finances. Coming up in the next few weeks, I'm planning videos on Medicare open enrollment strategies for 2025, how to maximize your Social Security benefits before any potential changes, tax-efficient withdrawal strategies for retirees, and that deep dive into Medicare premium calculations I mentioned. I'm also working on a comprehensive guide to Social Security that I'll be sharing with our community. It'll cover everything from when to claim benefits to how spousal benefits work to strategies for divorced individuals. And finally, keep the conversation going in the comments. I meant what I said earlier. I read every comment, and your questions and experiences often inspire future videos. Before you go, I want you to remember something important. You've got this. Whether you're already retired or still planning for retirement, whether this tax change happens or not, you have the power to create financial security for yourself and your family. It might take some planning, it might take some learning, but you absolutely have the ability to build the retirement you deserve. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, take care of yourselves and keep planning for that amazing future ahead of you.